It's been quite a while since we edited the last video and shared it with our friends. What happened since that last video is that we tried to make sense of our decision. Leaving London, all our friends and family, shooting ourselves here in this beautiful landscape with fewer connections, with fewer references. And at the beginning there was this great adrenaline hype of being here and being surrounded by nature. And then the second feeling was, okay, this is for real now. And how do we create a new normal among the many other changes that the world faced us with? And I suppose it was an exercise of trial and error. We had to design different ways to be together, different ways to work together from home, new ways to look after Captain Gaia without childcare, without grandparents around. It was just the three of us. And whatever solution we could find, it had to be further refined and improved. And really it was a constant redesign. And somehow, today is the first day of spring, we made it through the winter, and all through the winter, this constant design strive took us to the design and construction of the BabbaMobile. The BabbaMobile is a little warm, weatherproof sledge that we conceived immediately as we arrived. We got here, it snowed heavily, and we thought, wow, let's go out and ski. Let's go out and snowboard. Let's go out and kind of ice climb. We couldn't do any of that, partially because of the pandemic, but also because we do have Captain Gaia, and Captain Gaia, although she's very mighty, she can't walk yet, let alone ski or ice climb. So we thought, okay, we need to design something that will be a win-win-win solution. And we came across this pulk, which is basically a kind of very low, shallow sledge that, particularly in Scandinavia, people can drag behind for very, very long cross-country skiing trips. And it keeps whatever the goods or the baby safe and warm throughout this long journeys. And we thought, okay, let's do something like that, but obviously let's give it a bit of our own take on it. And normally these things are made out of fiberglass, which is basically based on polyester and nasty, non-sustainable materials. And we try, can we make something out of timber? And so the design started, and the design, got it wrong a few times, and eventually it landed onto something slightly more buildable. From a 3D model created in SketchUp, we developed CAD drawings ready for CNC cutting. A fantastic workshop, Falegnameria Parmigiani, from around the corner, really a mile down the road, helped us with cutting everything, and then we put it together. And then the bottom ski proved to be a bit of a pain in the neck to build, and then the very last massive issue was actually, how do we bloody fit this thing in the car? Because the car wasn't big enough. But somehow we managed to overcome all those problems. And today, for the first time, and the last time for this winter, because today is spring, we managed to have a little test of the BabbaMobile.
Yeah. Excellent.
And it was really quite fun. And through design, through trial and error, we managed to create something which is win-win-win. You know, it's safe and warm for Captain Gaia, and it's definitely challenging enough for us to pull uphill on the snow. And in a way, designing the BabbaMobile was our way to cope with long lockdown isolation. And over this period, we chatted and we talked over Zoom with many of our friends, and we all shared the same problem of being severed, being cut away from our friends, and finding this psychologically quite tough to cope with. And I think putting your mind at work, trying to be creative, whether it is a new way to bake homemade bread, or making a sledge, or designing a video game, or designing a piece of music, or a garment, or knit, whatever it is, putting creativity at work is, to us, aligning internal energy to external energy of creation and evolution. So, you know, we made for the winter, we built the BabbaMobile, and we'd say, you know, to all our friends struggling a little bit with this prolonged lockdown, be creative, and we'll get through this.